Okay, for this section of chapter 2, we're going to cover the point-slope form of an equation. Okay, over here I have written the slope-intercept form, and that's the form we've used a lot. It's easy to graph. If I gave you the information, you could write the equation too. This is called the point-slope form. Point-slope form is a rearrangement of the slope equation. This is useful when I'm trying to write the equation of a line, and I'm given the slope and I'm given a random point on the line, not the y-intercept, just any old point. Okay, the m goes right here. And if x1, y1 is the point, the x1 goes here, the y1 goes here. We're going to try it with these examples just to kind of get the plugging in. Okay, I'm going to start off by just plugging in. I'm going to set up the skeleton of the thing. Okay, it always starts like this. Okay, I want to plug in the x1, y1. So this is going to be the x value and the y value. Okay, on the left side it says y minus, and then I put the other y value here. In the parentheses it says x minus, and I put the other x value there. Just like on slope, we subtract the y with the y and the x with the x. The slope, the 3, goes right in the front. Okay, because it just says to write it in point slope form, then I'm done. This is the equation that represents the line. Later on, we'll do more and change it to slope-intercept form. Okay, so for B, I'm going to do the same thing. Okay, I like to start off thinking about what it's going to look like. When you get better at these, you'll probably just write it right away. This is always how it starts. Y minus the y value equals the slope times x minus the x value. Okay, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to do the point first, I think. Okay, so the point is x, y. So it's y minus the y, so y minus 7, x minus the x minus 1, and then the slope goes in the front of the parentheses. Okay, we're going to do 2 more like this, but I'm going to throw some negatives in to see how we do with those. Yeah, I like to start with the ordered pair, but you can do it either way. Okay, x, y. So y minus the y value, x minus the x value. Okay, this is a little tricky. Okay, so this is going to be x minus -3. So I want to put a -3 there, but there's already a minus there. Because I'm plugging in a -3 and there's already a minus, the minus and the negative are going to cancel into a +3. Okay, because there was already a minus and I substituted another negative, the minus turned to a plus. Okay, the slope is 5, and that's still going to go in front. Okay, this is point slope form. This is a really useful form. Okay, one more point slope. That's how I start all my point slope forms. It should be the y minus the y, x minus the x. So y minus, this is y minus, and I want to put a -4. So I'm putting y minus a negative. So it's going to cancel to a +4. X minus 9. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and put the slope right in the front. And this is perfect for point slope form. Okay, sometimes we leave the equation in point slope form, like we did on the previous example. And then sometimes after we write it in point slope form, we transform it to slope-intercept form because slope-intercept form is a really convenient form to have the equation in. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start just doing the point slope form, just like we did above. Okay, let's see, y minus the y, x minus the x, and then what we got slope in front of the parentheses. Okay, this is point slope form. And if it only told me to write point slope form, I would stop right there. Okay, but they want me to change this to slope-intercept form, so I'm going to keep going. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do to solve this for y is I'm going to distribute the 5. Okay, so if I distribute the 5, 5 times x is 5x, 5 times 1 is 5. So I'm going to get 5x minus 5. Okay, for slope-intercept form, I want it to be y equals mx plus b. So I need to get the y by itself. Because I have y minus 4, I'm going to go ahead and plus the 4. Okay, if I do it to the left side, I have to do it to the right side, but I'm going to line it up under the like terms. So I'm going to line it up under here. Okay, let me bring down what I have left. Y, the -4's can't and +4 cancel, it equals 5x, and then -5 and +4. The minus is bigger, And then when I subtract, I get a 1. This is slope-intercept form. Okay, so because they told me to transform to slope-intercept form, I kept going all the way until I ended up in the y equals mx plus b format. Okay, we're going to do the same thing with these other ones. Okay, just start off by plugging in. Y minus, so it's going to be x plus 5 because the negatives cancel. Okay, and then because it tells me to transform it, I am going to keep going. Okay, let's see, positive 10 and positive 4 make positive 14. So y equals 2x plus 14 is my final answer in slope-intercept form. Okay, I'm going to keep going. I'm just adding some negatives. M equals negative 3 with the 0.49. Okay, I'm going to distribute, but be careful, it's a negative 3. Negative 3x minus 3 times minus 4 cancels to plus. 3 times 4 is 12. 21, 12 plus 9 is 21. So y equals negative 3x plus 21 is my slope-intercept form. Okay, we got lots of signs on this one. Let's see. X is negative 2, so minus negative plus 2. Y is negative 3, so y minus negative 3 is y plus 3. It's a slope. Slope is negative 7. Okay, let's see. When I distribute, that's negative 7x. Negative 7 times 2 is minus 14. Okay, minus 14 minus 3, that's definitely negative. 14 negatives and 3 negatives gives me 17 negatives. So y equals negative 7x minus 17. Okay, and the last two we're going to do have fractions. But the setup is hopefully easy now. Okay, so I got y minus 5 equals 1/2, parentheses x plus 6. But I have to change it to slope-intercept form. Okay, let's see. Half x is half x. Okay, if you know what half of 6 is, you could just write the answer. I'm going to do this off to the side. Let me see. I'm going to put a little 1 under here. Okay, if I multiply 1 times 6, I get 6. 2 times 1 is 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So I get a 3 here. If you knew half of 6 was 3, you could have just written 3 there. Okay, let's finish this. Plus 5. Okay, 3 plus 5 is positive 8. So y equals 1/2 x plus 8. Okay, last one. Just to give you one last fraction and a negative. Okay, negative 3/5 times x is just negative 3/5 x. That's not bad. Okay, negative 3/5 times negative 10. Well, negative times negative is going to be a positive. Okay, but I'm not going to do this in my head. I'm going to put a little 1. Okay, if I do 3 times 10, I get 30. 5 times 1 is 5. 30 divided by 5 is 6. So this should be plus 6. Okay, and then let me go ahead and do the last step. Plus 7, plus 7. 6 plus 7 is positive 13. So y equals negative 3/5 x plus 13.